To understand the bigger picture, we need two things. Number one, we need to create a chained mind. And number two, we need to get our why. The first one, the chained mind. All too often, when we procrastinate, what happens is we think we're procrastinating just today. We simply see today's activity, but we don't necessarily understand the ripple effects that this procrastination is causing. Because guess what? It is causing ripple effects. Allow me to give you an example. Last year, there was a client that I ended up getting for one of my services, and I asked the guy, "Yo man, how'd you end up finding me?" And that's when he said that he found me from a blog that I did in 2019. When I saw that, I was immediately able to connect 2019 with 2021. Nowadays, anytime that I'm about to procrastinate on an activity today, let's say a blog, my mind starts to activate the chain. It starts to think, okay, go ahead, miss today's blog. But who's to say you're not missing a client 2 years from now? Go ahead, miss this blog. But who is to say that you are not missing plenty of book sales 4 years from now? If you can start thinking in chains, then what happens is that you start to see the bigger picture. As soon as you start to see the bigger picture, you start to unlock this polarity. You feel good when you execute the task, and you feel guilty when you don't execute the task. Good and guilty allows you to maximize productivity today. Now, as you're unleashing the chained mind, another thing that you want to do is track down your root why. Let's go back to the client example. I see that I ended up getting a client. Why did I get the client? I ended up getting the client because I wrote the blog. Why did I write the blog? It is to add ideas to my brand and grow my presence. Boom. This is a strong why that has an emotional appeal to it, and it allows me to spot the context. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to start to prime your mind to see the links in things. You want to see, okay, if I miss today's activity, what else am I missing in the near future? This activates good emotions and guilt, which leads to productivity today. And then you want to keep tracing back the why. Once you have your why, our next goal is to create a productivity zone. This is a special spot where you go simply to work. And not only does this have to be a physical location, it could also be a wardrobe. Did you know if you're working from home, it's much more effective if you dress up? And yes, wear the correct shoes as well. Spray the nice cologne or perfume. The reason why is because you're activating a zone in your mind. If you're just wearing pajamas and you plan to work from home, do you think you'll be productive? Probably not. And if you're just always over here working anywhere, but you don't have that certain spot where you can go and you can expect your mind, body, and intellect to be productive, do you think you're going to be productive? Probably, but it's going to require more willpower. So what I urge you to do is create this zone where you go strictly for work. And anytime you exit this zone, it's easier to activate relaxation mode. Okay? So that's the physical side of it. That's the location aspect of it. But other than that, cultivate the right spirit. Dress up, wear the nice cologne, wear the nice shoes, and look like a person who's about to conquer procrastination. Here's one bonus tip that's going to change your life forever. If it's 5 minutes or less, do it right now. Has there ever been that moment when you needed to take out the trash? But as soon as you saw the trash, you were like, I'll do it tomorrow. You simply becoming aware that this activity takes 2 to 3 minutes, guess what? You could bust out the stopwatch and the timer here. Soon as you acknowledge it, if you just do the activity right now, you start to condition your body to view any activity that takes 5 minutes or less to do it right now. Now you may be thinking, well, there's a lot of activities that take me longer than that. Who cares? Because here's the thing. When you go to the gym, and let's say you're a skinny person, you're not immediately trying to rep at 250 pounds. You're starting off with the bar. Then eventually you try to rep the bar. Eventually you add 10 sides to each side, 25 sides to each side, 45 sides to each side, and you keep working your way up. It all started with that bar. And likewise, if you can keep priming yourself to do tasks that require 5 minutes or less right now, eventually you're building your productivity muscle even more, which allows you to take care of the big tasks. Level up your productivity skills.